If you've started a Minecraft world in the past year, you've likely been inspired by a number of videos encouraging you to create your forever world, a world that will last forever. One that you can play on time and time again and return to whenever you feel like hopping on Minecraft to play. At first, it's exciting. You get to explore the world and make the first steps into it that you intend to play on for a very long time. Eventually, you get to a point where your world has been filled with epic-looking builds that you can admire whenever you pass by. The builds accumulate throughout your world's lifespan and act as a reminder of all you've accomplished in the world that you're playing on. But what about the phase between these two extremes? When your world is no longer fresh and new anymore, but also not filled with builds for hundreds or even thousands of blocks. What do you do when you start to lose the motivation to keep committing to that world? Do you give up and start again, or do you push through? There comes a certain point in every Minecraft Forever world's life when the world is not fresh, but also not quite old enough to feel like a proper forever world. The problem is, as a player, you can easily feel discouraged from committing to that world after you've done all the basic things laid out for you, like creating a starter base, killing the Ender Dragon, exploring all the structures in the game, exploring all the biomes. Maybe you have built a few extra builds here and there. Enough time has been invested into the world that it has developed an identity of its own, but it's still lacking in the scale that you often see in other people's worlds online. And I'm not talking about the 2-week Minecraft phase either. This feeling can creep in after a month, 2 months, 6 months, but in my experience, it's within the first year or so of having your forever world. My forever world turns 5 years old in June, and I've recently begun constructing a statue commemorating the milestone. I have similar build milestones for the 3rd and 4th year anniversaries of my world as well, but I don't have an anniversary build for the 1st and 2nd year milestones, and this is actually because I didn't think of my world as a forever world at the point that I would have built those milestone builds. I just saw my world as a world that I played on in my spare time. And even though that's still what my world is, I eventually started treating it more seriously, and I recognized how special this world is to me. My world also became a constant that I could rely on, even when my life changed drastically outside of it. I think the key to committing to a forever world is to simply enjoy playing the game and naturally allow the world to be built up over time. Let the world become a forever world instead of calling it one from the start. I never called my world a forever world. It was just a survival world. I just wanted to play vanilla survival, and originally I started playing on the Switch. I never thought of my world as a forever world, and I only called it that later. This strange period in a forever world's lifespan, it challenges you to change how you play the game. Of course, you can fold and abandon it and create a new world, but then you'll just run into the problem again. There are plenty of games out there that tell you exactly what to do, but Minecraft isn't one of them. That's why it's so important to learn how to set your own goals instead of relying on the game to tell you what to do. Minecraft does have suggestions on what you can do, but the best way to continuously play in your world is to find something new that you haven't done yet and to just try it out. I think what sets this apart from the 2-week phase that you may be familiar with is that this isn't just a problem that you run into after you've killed the Ender Dragon. I've seen online people that have built in their worlds, they have, again, a few extra builds that they don't need and go beyond a basic starter house. But the issue is that they get burnt out because their world isn't completely filled out with cities and castles. It has a build scattered here and there, and it feels tiny in comparison. The thing is, your world can only be expanded by playing on it, and by playing on it a lot, you'll be able to have that mega base that you've always wanted. You have to want to build it though. You can't just expect that this mega city will appear in your world one day. You actually have to set out and do that. And this isn't what you want to hear, probably, but if you don't enjoy the process, then I'm not sure a forever world is for you. You have to enjoy building each single house in a city in order to end up with a city. I think another thing that really bogs people down at this period in a forever world is that people put too much stress on creating history for the world. Like, everything you do has to matter and has to be something that will be here for years to come. But I think you should stop treating everything you do as permanent. If you ever build something that you're unhappy with later, you can always just tear it down if you want. I wouldn't stress too much about getting the history of your world right either. History is something that becomes so only when enough time passes, and it usually happens naturally. This weird upside down L made of diorite in my world was created when I first charted this part of my world, and it acted as a marker for where I wanted to build my base. It's been here ever since. And this Wooloo statue has a peg leg because it was destroyed in a creeper explosion, so I had to build a prosthetic leg for it. This is what actual history looks like in a Minecraft Forever world. It just happens naturally. It's not something made to be forced. I think after a while, a world can feel stale because it's no longer fresh, and you also can't say that you've been playing on it for years at that point. So it's in this weird in-between phase that is demotivating. And I did experience it in my world for a period, and it is tough. Ultimately though, it's up to you to change the way that you view your world. And I think once you've reached this point in your forever world, it really does force you to change the way that you view playing the game. Everything that you do and everything that you build at this point has to be something that you want to do, just because. At this point in your world, you need to treat it as just a survival world that you play on for fun. I think that it can help to go in and not have these huge expectations of what you expect your world to be, because once you have those expectations, then you'll be disappointed that your world won't look like that very soon. It might eventually, but you have to trust that over time, each build that you create will be closer to that vision that you have. I think this is the hardest part about a forever world, is when you reach this stage. But I do think that if you do manage to push past it and rediscover your love of the game, then you'll make it to the other side with a world that you have enjoyed playing on. So ultimately, I'd say stop thinking about your world so seriously and just have fun playing on it. Build what you enjoy and don't get too bogged down with creating this forever world that you'll play on for years. If you do end up playing on it for years, it should be because you just like to play on it in your spare time, and it shouldn't be or it shouldn't feel like an obligation. And that's really the secret to how you can keep a world forever, is it's super easy when you just enjoy playing on it. I mean, there are other parts of my life that I've been doing for years. I am an artist, and that's not something that I have to force myself to do. And so I have been creating basically my whole life. And I encourage you to view your forever world in a similar way. Don't think of it as a world that you have to keep playing on for years just because you want it to be special eventually. Your world is special now if that's something that you enjoy doing and playing on it. It doesn't need to have mega castles and huge sky islands or whatever impressive buildings to actually be a forever world. A forever world is just that as long as you play on it. With all that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's Minecraft discussion. I know it's been a while since my last video, and I'm really sorry for that. My life has been getting a little bit busier lately, and I do apologize. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did enjoy it, then I'd encourage you to like and subscribe. But with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful day.